The fifth and final edition in our See How They Run series profiles one of the finest big backs of all time. A ball carrier with outstanding size, surprising speed, and excellent skills. Not to mention very little subtlety.
Battering ram, a military engine anciently used to beat down walls of besieged palaces, was a large beam with a head of iron that resembled the head.
Earl Campbell, he was such a physical football player. Anytime that anybody ever hit Earl Campbell, it always hurt them a lot worse than it hurt Earl Campbell. He was the hitter. The other people were the ones that got the hit. Just a very, very powerful physical football player that could run over tacklers, always going toward the goal line. He was a true north-south runner.
You just could not tackle him with a hand or an arm now. You can forget that. In fact, you couldn't tackle him with a shoulder a lot of times, unless you had 2 or 3 sets of shoulders. He'd break into the open, he'd look somebody up to run over rather than look somebody up to dodge.
I knew what was going to happen, and they knew what was going to happen. And they knew that if it wasn't like 6 of them, or 4 or 5 maybe, he's going to go because he ain't going to quit. Kind of girlish for one guy to tackle me. I mean, I wanted to have a bunch of them.
Earl Campbell proved what an irresistible force does to immovable objects.
We played Washington one year. I wish you'd look the film up or get somebody to look it up. He made a 9-yard touchdown run, and I swear I believe 7 people hit him in that 9 yards. It's the best run I ever saw him make.
Picking the best Campbell collision was like choosing the best Mike Tyson knockout. Was it butting heads with the Raiders' Jack Tatum? Or trampling the Rams' Isaiah Robertson?
You hit that guy Isaiah right, he ain't gonna want to play football. And I could not believe just for a second that he planned on tackling me standing that tall. So I figured the best thing to do was put my head down. He fell. I kept running.
While no one ever finished off a play like Campbell, there was one thing he never finished.
Hell, I don't believe he ever finished a mile run, but I've never seen a football field a mile long, so it didn't bother me. On 4th and a mile, we wasn't going to give him the ball.
Campbell gained over 5 miles during his career, a grueling body of road work that produced admirers of his stamina.
He was just a great player and had a huge heart. Control the game on offense and eat up 4 or 5 minutes of the clock and carry the ball 10, 15 times in a row, and the 15th time would be just as hard as the first.
It was his 38th carry of the ball game, and we were ahead. All we wanted to do is make a first down and run the clock out. And we gave him a routine pitch out, and he went around the end and ran 89 yards with all the secondary people chasing him, and they're fast kids, but they couldn't catch him.
40, at the 50, he may go.
He ran 89 yards on the 38th carry of the ball game. That gives you an idea of his stamina.
At the 10, at the 5, touchdown!
On every team he ever played on, Earl Campbell has been the centerpiece. A Heisman Trophy winner at Texas, he was known as the Tyler Rose, a tribute to his hometown's most famous product. Campbell works in the athletic department at his alma mater, where his celebrity is widespread, and where the man of stone has been cast in concrete as a Texas legend.
If I held a board meeting, I'd have empty chairs because I'm the only one living, and the other guys are all dead. Sam Houston, David Crockett, and Steve F. Austin.
Earl Campbell was to power running what the wrecking ball was to demolition. Both hit things, and things collapsed.